This is parenthood. This is an all day, husband's out of town, kids are all sick and pukey and snotty and pink eye, and it has been horrible. And my lovely children kept me up all night and basically just ruined my entire sleep, which I don't get very much sleep anyway, and this was just killer. I had middle son who has hand, foot, and mouth disease and has been cradling his left hand for about 5 days now. Will not let anyone touch him. Will not let us put medicine on him. Will not let us look at him funny without him screaming and crying. And he was the first to break. He came into my bed just before midnight, right literally after I had turned the light out, because, like an idiot, I had been up because he was coughing and I was just convinced he was gonna puke everywhere. So I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally gave in and turned the light off and tried to go to sleep. And just as I started to doze, screaming bloody murder, came the 3-year-old running into the room. Came in, so I thought, all right, I can deal with this, so get in bed with me. And for 2 hours, he literally was right up against me and kicking and hitting, not intentionally, just because he wasn't comfortable or whatever. So he just kept kicking me and hitting me, and it was so painful and so annoying. So I kept having to like push him and yell at him and say, get on your side of the bed. We have a king size bed. Come on, there's no need for me to be right on the edge. And then less than 2 hours later, oldest son, 5 years old, who's been pukey and sick and tummy achy, woke up and came running in, buck naked by the way, because he had taken all of his pajamas off while he was sleeping. Comes running in, says, I'm scared, I need to sleep with you. So into bed he came, and he tried to climb on top of me, and I kept saying, you have to go on the other side of the bed, you have to go on the other side. So he runs over, finally gets on daddy's empty side of the bed, and immediately starts throwing covers, kicking them off because it was too hot. And meanwhile, I'm freezing cold, so I'm trying to pull the covers and keep them on me, and he will not listen. He's just kicking them off. Middle son gets woken up by all the commotion and starts screaming again. I'm at my wit's end, trying to survive this. And so I just kind of push them both to their side, and I'm just trying to ignore it, trying to get everybody to sleep. Finally, the oldest kind of succumbs to his tiredness and lays down. Middle son finally calms down enough as long as I hold his hand, but not his hand, foot, and mouth disease hand, because for some odd reason it only came on one hand. Oh, and here comes the oldest. What's up?
After tonight I have some of my whoopie.
No, your tummy hurts. You haven't even eaten your breakfast.
No, my tummy is bothering me.
Then go finish your breakfast.
Okay.
And then...
My tummy is more breakfast.
Okay, so don't eat any more breakfast.
Mommy?
What?
But it's cold.
Well, it's gonna be fine. Just eat it. Just before 5 a.m., or just before 4 a.m., this guy, who's been coughing the whole night, bless his heart, wakes up screaming and crying immediately. And you can tell when it's an actual, they're awake and they're not going to stop crying sort of cry. And that's what this was. I went in there, he's standing up in bed screaming his head off. So I grab him, I hold him close to me, I take him back into my bed and sneak back in, holding him as tight as I can to keep him comforted. And he decides to pee through his entire diaper. So I'm soaking wet, he's soaking wet, my bed is soaking wet. Luckily, I had a pack of diapers in the room, so I went over, grabbed one, changed his butt, pulled him back in, put a towel down underneath him, and then held him again. He starts screaming. He will not settle for love nor money. So I run into his room. I grab him a bottle. Now, don't give me shit about the fact that he is 20 months old and still takes a bottle. He's a little behind developmentally, and to be fair, he is just needing his bottle. So get him his bottle. He drinks his bottle, and then he smashes me in the face with it, which was great fun. The other kids are stirring and kicking me again. I'm just about ready to crack. And so I lay down. I'm just holding his hand because he wants to hold my hand. I'm holding Dan's hand because he wants to hold my hand. Then Chester starts trying to hold Dan's hand, and it's a whole to-do. They're screaming and crying and yelling, and it's 5 a.m. and everybody's awake. And so we end up getting up. Oh, rough night. So I wait long enough for Starbucks to open, and then I head over and grab myself a venti white chocolate mocha with 2 extra shots in it because it's that kind of day. And then I think, oh God, this is going to be a nightmare of a day. So we're going to start the kids out right on a happy note. We go to McDonald's. Yes, mommy took them to McDonald's because, you know, I'm ready to bribe them at this point. And I grabbed them some pancakes. Everybody gets their own pancakes. Oh my God. And I grabbed myself a sausage burrito because, you know, may as well. We get home and I cut it all up. They're all happily eating. And then I take out my sausage burrito and this guy decides he wants my sausage burrito. He doesn't want his pancakes anymore. He wants my burrito. So he starts screaming, throwing his fork at me, smashing the table, throwing himself on the floor, having a mega giant tantrum. Meanwhile, those two, who had been begging me for McDonald's pancakes for a week, just decided they don't want them. Dexter says his tummy hurts and he's sick, so he goes and gets himself water and lays on the couch. And it's just been a crazy, crazy morning. And now they're coming in saying they want to drink root beer, which they've been saving for 3 days because they've been too sick to drink it. And I don't know what to do. And I'm at my wit's end. I'm telling you, this is just killing me. And oh my Lord. And so yeah, I've just been giving them toys and not toys, but just things, office supplies to play with. So that's what they're doing right now. They're just kind of hanging out and playing with office supplies and clothespins and things like that. And meanwhile, I just really, really have to do some work and it's just not happening. And obviously our daycare can't take any of them because they're all sick. They probably would still take them normally. Chester, anyway. Chester's the one that goes every day. He's the baby. And he would normally go, but they won't take him because his brother has hand, foot, and mouth disease. And though he's showing no signs of it, he is potentially a carrier, which prohibits him from actually going to daycare. So I have been stuck at home by myself with 3 sick kids. And yesterday I was nice and sick. I had a nice fever as well. So I got to just cry all day, trying to clean, trying to get things nice. And, you know, you can see how that's gone. My house is a wreck. And it's just been nonstop crying and moaning and icky and horrible and yeah. What's up, buddy? You okay? He's okay. He's just having tantrums. Oh, and the other wondrous thing is after we got back from McDonald's, I thought, you know, I'm just going to lay down just for a little bit and doze on the couch. They're all, you know, okay. They're all right here playing. I can doze a little bit. It's going to be okay. I just dozed enough to kind of vaguely fall asleep, or at least my eyes were closed and I was relaxed. And then this guy goes into a drawer somewhere and finds an old selfie stick. And this is one of those extendable kind that's really sturdy. He opens it up and he decides to come over to see mommy with it. And he takes it as I'm sleeping there and he smashes me right across the head with it. That's been my day so far. And it is 9 a.m. So, I don't know. I just really felt the need to share my pain with someone. So this is me sharing my pain. I hope some of you mommies can relate because I'm seriously just dying. Someone save me. My husband comes home tonight and late tonight after I've put the kids to bed, which means I have a whole another day, another 12 hours before my husband's plane gets in which time I have to feed them and bathe them and dress them and feed them more and deal with their sickness and keep them occupied and eventually put them to bed by myself. Send reinforcements, please. Hope you guys are having a good day.